people, konnichiwa, hello, welcome to my channel. Hope you're doing great. It's time for another collection update, but before we do that, let's crack open a beer here. Weekend, so cheers. So, a new collection update. This is all CDs. I got 9 to show to you. Some heavy metal, some death metal, some black metal, that kind of stuff I have here. Spinning in the background, the new best of album from Bandmate, which is recently dropped together with part 2, so 2 CDs in at the same time, so fantastic. They also dropped a new single not so long ago. Oh, what that's a surprise. Fantastic song. It's called Shambles. Go check it out. Anyways, over to the update. So hey Misa. Let's start off with the first one. It's the latest release from Wolf. It was released last year. At least I wanted to pick up for a while, and yeah, I never came around it. This is called Shadowland. This is the 10th album, if I'm not mistaken. Great heavy power metal from Sweden. Great bands. Yeah, fantastic release. Released on Century Media. Yeah, straightforward power metal. What else can you expect here? Great guitar, good vocals, the high pitched ones, and yeah, if you like Swedish power metal, then you know what to expect, guys. It's not a surprise. If you're familiar with this band, then this is a no-brainer. Well, bootleg here with the lyrics. Not super familiar with their discography. It's actually the first official physical format thing that I own from these guys, but I listened to them for a longer time, and I really enjoyed it. And last year I really enjoyed this album. I wanted to buy it, but I didn't came around to it, and this time it was in a sale for €6 or something like that, so yeah, why not? Great stuff, go check it out. Wolf with Shadowland. Next one, another heavy metal band. Well, actually heavy metal, kind of mixture with epic doom metal, traditional doom, heavy metal, kind of that stuff. This is a band from California. This is Cirith, Ungol, and this is the latest EP, Half Past Human, and this is also released last year, I think, on Metal Blade. Follow up to their album prior to that, which was really fantastic, which I have on vinyl, and shortly after that they released a 4-track EP, which is this one, and yeah, fantastic, good stuff, good vocals, awesome stuff. Really recommend it. Bit of a grittier vocal sometimes, but it has definitely the traditional doomy style to it, and mixed with the up tempo from the heavy metal in there. This is a great band, long existing band as well. Definitely worth looking into. Cirith, Ungol, Half Past Human. Then I picked a reissue from Master's second album on the 7th day. God created Master. Fantastic death metal album, a classic from this band. Great tracks in this with What Kind of God, Even Used, Demon, Judgment of Will. There are a lot of great tracks on this. Yeah, great stuff. This is a reissue done by Hammerheart Records. This is latest slipcase versions, which I also have with the first album from these guys. The back looks like this, kind of the same on the slipcase. So that's not really special. The CD looks like the front cover here, and then there's this behind. Nothing special about that, but it's a great reissue. Nice remastered tracks. They sound pretty decent, and yeah, definitely worth having in your collection. If you like Master, the first two albums are a must-have in your collection. But overall, they have a lot of great albums. Also, some of the later albums are definitely worth owning. And there will be a time that I will pick up some more from this band. Right now, I have only the first two, but there will be more in the collection someday because I really like the bands. Great old school death metal. You can't go wrong here. Master. Good stuff. Let's take a nip of the beer and enjoy Skanami solo. Next up, it's a new one from Seeds of Power. This is Tomorrow, second album. Follow up to the first album, which came out 5 years ago, which I also have on vinyl. Good stuff. If you don't know this band, this is Chris Reifert on vocals, Paul Byens on guitar, Theo van Ekelen on bass, and Bob Bacchus from drums. And all these guys are familiar names in the death metal world. Bands like Autopsy, Asphyx, Hail of Bullets, you know, that kind of bands, Thanatos, old school bands. But this is definitely some really great, freshy death metal with a great goody vocals from Chris Reifert from Autopsy, and he does only vocals here because Bob Bacchus is of course the drummer. Yeah, really good stuff. Really loved it when I listened to it. Great follow-up to the first album. Can't recall the name of that one, but these bands overall worth checking out. It doesn't matter which album you have from these guys, they both are great. Yeah, really good stuff. If you like your old school death metal, you can't go wrong with this. Seeds of Power with our second album. This is Tomorrow. Classic band, and if you know those guys, then this is a no-brainer. Come on, great stuff if you like death metal. Great bands. Next up is something completely different again. This is heavy metal from the Netherlands. This is a band called Martyr with their latest album, Planet Metalhead. And this one. It's band was really active in the 80s, released a bunch of albums, and they call it a quits. But they're finally back and are performing live again, and also released this new fucking great album. Great catchy riffs. Nice vocals. Yeah, it definitely takes you back to the 80s, that kind of traditional heavy metal. It's really good stuff. Awesome band. Definitely worth looking into. Like I said, they're performing live again as well, so I want to see them live again someday. If they are in the area here, then I might take a peek at their gig. Fantastic, well taken care of artwork here. Really nice pictures and lyrics and etc. in here. This is the full lineup here. Almost all old men nowadays, but there are a few younger guys in here as well to complete the lineup. I think this is not exactly the same lineup as back in the day, but and if it is, then you're really well preserved, I think. But yeah, fantastic album. If you like your heavy metal, this is definitely good stuff. Martyr with Planet Metalhead. Yeah, it definitely is what it sounds like, metal to the metals. Good stuff. And then the last four are all a bit extremer genres, so if you're not up to that, then go somewhere else. But if you are curious, or you love the kind of stuff, then keep on watching. First one up is Theotoxin with can't read the fucking letter. Fragment, Totenruhe. And this is a black death metal band from Austria. I think they are a bit more on the black metal side, if you ask me. But really decent stuff, guys. Go check it out if you are not familiar with this. Really like the vocals, the atmosphere. It's really nice. This is the band's 4th album, if I'm not mistaken, and second one with the Fragment title. There's a album prior that's with Fragment, but then with a different subtitle. So I think those albums are related or somehow or something like that. I have to check that. This is the first album I hear from these guys. So. But it was really cheap, and I decided to take a look at it and listen to it a bit, and I really liked it, so I decided to put it in the basket, and here it is. Awesome stuff. Black death metal from Austria. Like I said, it's a bit more on the black metal side, but I like black metal, so for me is that not a problem. Good stuff. Go check it out. Fragments Totenruhe by Theotoxin. Great stuff. And the next one is a band called Depths Above with X. Damn it, X Nihilo? I don't know. I will do it here, of course. Again, black death metal. Yeah, really interesting stuff. I really like this. This is also a bit more. It's not that there are faster pumping moments on this one, of course. If you're familiar with black death metal, but this has definitely a lot more atmospheric parts. So it kind of leans also a bit more towards black metal in a one way. But it's really good songs. 4 tracks and all pretty lengthy ones. So. Don't think this is an EP. Their playing time is definitely worth an album length. The songs like 7 to 9 minutes or something like that per song, so then you know how long the album is. So yeah, really good stuff. Also a band I never really dived into, but I was intrigued by the cover, and this one also was in my want list, and suddenly it dropped price a lot, so I pulled the trigger. Ex Nihilo, there's the title. It's on the front of the booklet. Really cool bands. Again, a band I never heard of, but it's okay. So yeah, go check it out. This was released last year as well, I think. Yes, last year by Avant-Garde Music. So that's where you also can find it. Good stuff. Then another black death metal band. I think this band is from Czech Republic, if I'm not mistaken. This is Strychnos with A Mother's Curse. And this is released by Dark Descent Records. This band reminded me a bit of a mixture of Behemoth and Belphegor. If you know those bands, then this is something for you. Kind of reminded me of that, a bit of slower Belphegor mixed with the Behemoth sound. So yeah, really interesting bands. Nothing new under the sun, but it's well crafted music. It was a fine listen, and not a favorite from the whole list here, but it's definitely quality. Dark Descent Records always tries to sign good bands, so yeah, you can go wrong there. Kind of matte finish artwork here, really cool booklets. Kind of smelly though, but yeah, it's really cool stuff. Very dark artwork, definitely will fit the music there. So awesome stuff. So if you like the mentioned bands, this is definitely a band to check out. Check. Anyways, Strychnos with A Mother's Curse. This is the latest release. This is also from 2022, I think. So go check it out. And the last one I had to have. This one dropped also a lot in price. Inside where I had this in my want list, there was a lot of time above 20 euros. I don't know why, because if you look at all sizes, like 18 or 19 euros, something like that, and some even cheaper. But suddenly this dropped to 6 euros. And funny thing is, I also have a discount voucher still, so I use that as well. So this album cost me 1 euro. And you can't believe it, but this is Demigod with Slumber of Sullen. I already have this one on tape, but the CD version comes always in handy in the car, and it's easier to spin, of course. Yeah, fantastic death metal album from Finland. This is the reissue done by Swart Records last year. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, this is definitely a must-have for your death metal collection. If you're a death metal fan, this is definitely an album you must have. It's definitely a classic. The heavy guitar, the chuggy, the heavy vocals, chuggy guitar, like I said. Yeah, awesome stuff. And this is well taken care of. Reissue by Swart Records. Comes with a thick booklet here. Very nice, and a lot of information and stuff in here. But all the recording process and whatever, it all is in here. A lot of information. There are pictures in there from back in the day. It's really detailed, and it's a really great read while listening to the album. I think I haven't read it, in totality yet. I just started the first few pages, but I will take a look at this more because it's an interesting read. A lot of stuff in here. Really long. More pictures, and there's also some lyrics in here. Even that is taken care of. So this is definitely really taken care of. Booklet by Swart Records. Great reissue, definitely worth checking, guys. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out. If you're new to death metal, this is definitely one of the early releases you could listen to. This is released in the beginning of the 90s, so classic stuff, great Finnish death metal. So that's all the stuff I have for you today, guys. I will name the albums in the description, so if you're curious, if you want to check something out, the names are there, so you can copy paste them into the ever streaming thing you have, or Bristol list or whatever, to obtain or listen, whatever. Yeah, that's all fantastic. Thank you all for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I always love your responses on my videos and all the nice comments, and yeah, our recommendations as well and stuff like that. So if you got something to say, you know where the comment section is. Thank you all for watching. If you are not subscribed yet, please do so. It will help me out, but also all the bands out, because the more people watch, the better it is for bands like this. These are not all familiar bands, only a few have a bigger name. So yeah, it's always fun to discover new bands with you guys, and always try to keep doing my best to explore new bands with you guys. Thank you all for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and Kompai, have a great weekend, and see you guys next video. Cheers.